Hello everybody, welcome to the live video today, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to show you an actual tool that I'm using now to trade on Bittrex, and the actual tool that I'm using is called the Ichimoku Cloud. I think it's a fabulous tool to teach you what happened in the past, what can happen in the future, and where the potential trade is going as of right now and where it can go in the future. So Ichimoku Cloud can tell you all of this right here, right now. And this is actually what the Ichimoku Cloud looks like. Let me get rid of all these other indicators because I wanted you guys to see the indicators that I have here. This is a commodity channel index. That's one that I like to use. It's similar to the RSI. If I have a choice, I would get rid of the RSI. You can keep the MACD in here if you would like to. I mean, that's still a great indicator as well. But what I want to do is show you how the Ichimoku Cloud, you can learn from just that alone. And one that I will probably most likely keep on here is the CCI and the momentum. Listen, it doesn't hurt to keep extra tools on here. That way you can kind of read where this is going, where the potential of this coin is going. And I've been watching this this particular coin for the past few days, and I should have jumped in a lot sooner, but I was still learning the tool, and I wanted to make sure that I knew enough to then jump in. And as you can see here, this tool, just by looking at it, once you understand the Ichimoku Cloud, you understand what this looks like and what's happening. And that's what's great about this particular tool. Now you can get this particular tool. It's very simple. If you go to studies, you're going to find it under studies, and it's right here. It's called Ichimoku Cloud. You'll see it right under fractal chaos bands and right above Keltner channel bands. This Ichimoku Clouds. That's the one that I'm using right now, and you can actually determine what a coin is going to do in the future. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but knowing what the coin is doing, where it's at, why these candles are above the baseline and the conversion line, why are they below the baseline and conversion line, where there's a TK crossover. Once you see a TK crossover, what are you going to do then? Is it a high signal or weak signal? This is all the stuff that you can learn with this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, I'm having a fabulous time learning this stuff here. So what I'm going to do is share with you what I've learned. Now, I jumped in on this coin. Let me see. My last trade was, hopefully I don't have to refresh this. Here we go. This was open date was today. I bought it today, and it was at 411, which was right around, let me see. So I bought it right over here. This is where I bought the coin when I got in. Okay, you're probably thinking, why did he buy the coin here? Well, number one, it went up a little bit here, and then it dropped down, as you can see. So now I'm below where I purchased it. But as you can see here, what happened is that the conversion line, which is this blue line, was over the red line. And the red line is called the baseline. Let me make sure that is correct. That way we know here. Ichimoku Cloud. Let's go to the graph. Here we go. And see, they only have the actual, I think this is Japanese version. I want the English version along. Here we go. Here's the English version. So the baseline is the red line. The conversion line is the blue line. And that's what you need to know here. So if the baseline goes over the conversion line, it's, it's buy time. And this is pretty much, and as you can see, the weight and the width of this cloud means there's a lot more money being traded. So knowing that, also, if the graph or these candlesticks are way higher or way above the red line, that means there's a downtrend that's going to happen. But it's still above the cloud. Now, being above the cloud still signifies a bullish period. And this is what I love. Now, these candlesticks are above the cloud. So right now, it is still trending as we speak. It is still uptrending. It was uptrending since 627. That was 2 days ago when I was watching the coin. And I kept looking at it. I'm like, okay, this coin looks like it's going to go up. All right. As you can see here, it went up and then it started uptrending. It's above the cloud. It was a thin support. at that particular time. Let me bring this up. Here we go. As you can see here, the cloud was very thin. This is why I didn't jump in here. It was very thin. Then it started to get thicker. And as you can see here, the actual candlesticks were above the actual markings. And that's not the best time to get in because you're not 100% certain. I mean, it's a good time to get in, excuse me, when they're above it. But this is the previous 26-day period here, that golden one. I mean, you could pretty much, I just ignore that. I don't pay attention to that one there. I just pay attention to the blue and the red. Because when the blue crosses over the red, that's a buy time. Okay? And if it's above the cloud, that's a bearish moment. So if the blue is over the red, it's buy time. Okay? But if it's even over the cloud, it's an even better time to get in. Okay? That's called trending. And it's the opposite. If it was the blue and the red line below the cloud, and you would see the red line, this red line would be above, and the green line would be below. That's a bearish moment. That's when it's sell time. Okay? When these actual candles hit in between the cloud, that's a weak signal. That means it can go either way. But as you can see here, it bounced off. This is a support line. This 3 support lines. When you talk about buying a coin, there's 3 support lines. If the candlesticks break the blue line, I'm just going to call it blue for now, but the blue line, again, is called the conversion line. Okay, the blue line is a conversion. Blue conversion, blue conversion. Red line is baseline. Okay, so conversion line is the blue. So when the blue line crosses over the red, it's good. It's buy time. But when the candlesticks cross below the blue, that's the first line of support. It didn't bounce off of that. It went down to the baseline, and it didn't bounce off of that. So this is where you got to get nervous. Should I sell here? You could sell here, but here's the thing. It's still within the cloud. It hasn't crossed into the cloud yet. But when it did that here, you would probably think, oh, it's time to sell. But the reality of it is, if you were already in profit, just remember where you were when you got in. If you would have got in back here, you're still in profit, number one, if it's way up here. If you look down here, that would have been 335 Satoshi. Over here would have been 376. So you would have still been in profit. But this is a line of support. And what happened is it bounced off this, what you call this, lead span A. I think that's the actual name of it. Seikano span A, which is the green line. It's a leading span A. That's the right terminology. And then you have the leading span B, which is the bottom red line. So the bottom red line is leading span B. Top green line is leading span A. And once it touched this line of support, it bounced right back up and above. And it went even beyond, back over the baseline and back over the conversion line. Okay, and this is now still a bullish moment. So knowing this happened today, this morning at 2 in the morning. This is 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now we're in the afternoon. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what we're looking at as we speak. The great thing about the Ichimoku cloud is it tells you a sense what the future is going to hold for this coin. Okay, now it's no guarantees, of course. As you can see, here's a lot of thin clouds here, so there's not a lot of volume and not a lot of support when it came up to the bullish moment. How do I get this to? Here we go. Let me minimize it so we can see it up close. There we go. This is what I wanted. All right. Now, as you can see here, the Ichimoku cloud, the candlesticks are above the cloud. Still bullish moment. The candlesticks went above the actual baseline, which is the red line. Okay. Make sure that way we get this right. Correct. The baseline is a run line. So when the candlesticks went over the baseline and it went really high, there's a possibility that it was going to come back down. Why? Because if you look at the CCI, the Commodity Channel Index, that's a signification that it's being overbought. Oh, excuse me, oversold. As you can see here, overbought. When it's above and it starts to see the little shade here on the CCI index, the Commodity Channel Index, you're going to see that it's being oversold. Okay? Overbought. I keep saying the wrong words. Overbought. And what happens, it came down, started consolidating, and then it went sideways a little bit here, but it's still in a bullish moment. So looking at this, knowing what this actually means and where we cross over here. Now, when you see the blue line, which is a conversion line, and it crossed over, it's called a TK crossover. Once the blue line crossed over the red line, the baseline, that's the first line of support, and there was no support there. But as soon as the candlesticks hit and passed the conversion line, which is the blue line, and hit the green cloud, there's the line of support. You could see it bounce up. And from here, this is actually the actual moment right now live where we're at. What is this telling me? By looking at this actual graph right now, you can see that this is a 26-day period ahead. So this is until about July 2nd. July 2nd is right here, ladies and gentlemen. So that means July 1st is probably right here, because we're at July 629 is here. Okay, that's tomorrow, 629. This is us live right now. So if 629 is here, 630, and then you got your July 2nd way over here. So this is telling you that it's still in the bullish uptrend. Just because there's red candles here doesn't mean you have to sell. And as you can see, the commodity channel index is starting to go up. It's starting to go up. The blue line, we're starting to go up. The blue line hasn't crossed over into the cloud. The red line is straight across. And it looks like there's going to be more volume circulating inside of this cryptocurrency in the future. That's what it looks like. This is telling you that that's a possibility. It did pass the first support, the second support, and then the first support is here, and it's still there, and it's still bouncing off of the cloud. You see, it's riding the cloud. As long as it didn't go in between like it did here, and once it passes this, now we have a different outlook at how this can pan out. But as you can see here, this is the last defense. This is the last defense before you sell the coin. Before you sell your coins, whatever it's at in the market, so that way you don't lose your money. This is the last sign of it. Now, if it cracks this, it breaks down below this, and then you can see the CCI is way down here. The momentum indicator is showing upwards right now, but if it was pointing down and these candlesticks were below that, everything was below the cloud, and then you see the red, see how the red is here, and the red will be up here, the green will be down below, then you have a problem. That means there's going to be a bearish moment. You need to sell the coin ASAP. So, knowing I got shares that I own with DigiByte, let's see how many. I got about 160,000 shares, give or take, 159.2. So 160,000 shares right now. By looking at this chart in Ichimoku Cloud, what I'm going to do is keep riding the wave. Why? Number one, exactly what's happening now happened already here, and it happened on this morning, which was around 1:35 a.m. Okay, 1:35 a.m. That's when that happened. As you can see, it bounced real low, it hit the cloud, and then it went above, and then the baseline still below, the conversion line crossed over the red, and now we're in a really bullish moment, which is fantastic. But once it goes way above the baseline is going straight across, but the candle's going above here, you know it's going to go down again. You know it's going to go down and try to consolidate. And as you can see here, now it's riding the wave right above the conversion line, right between it. And now the candlesticks went above. You already know what's going to happen. When the candlesticks go above way too high, it's going to come down. Now, there's nothing to worry about when this is happening as we speak. But the only issue is right here. This was an issue where I would have said, okay, maybe I should sell here or maybe I shouldn't. But the only reason why I didn't sell here is because I knew that it didn't break. It didn't break the last line of support. Number one. Number two is the momentum indicator is pointing up. The commodity channel or CCI, the commodity channel index is showing going up. That means it's going to be oversold again, which means it's going to go up. And as you can see in the future, but the cloud is starting to thicken and it's showing a bullish moment for the future. So you just got to keep a close eye on it. I haven't put a set amount where I want to sell it, but if I wanted to sell it, I could sell it at 412. 412 Satoshi, and not really make that much money. I want to make more money out of this, of course. So the highest moment here was actually today at 10:20 a.m. That was about 420 Satoshi. you could probably more on the line go up even above that, depending. But then again, why sell the coin when you know it's on an uptrend and it doesn't look like it's breaking anytime soon? Every time it hits the support line, it bounces up. It hit the last support line here, which is the lead span B, and it bounced right back up. And it looks like it's crossing back up. The momentum indicator is showing up, and the CCI is going up. That means I'm not going to sell. I'm going to keep it as is. So this is just an additional tool that I found very helpful. Right now, as we speak, I don't know all the terminologies in Japanese. It is a Japanese tool. A lot of people don't use it, but a lot of people do use it. A lot of people like simpler stuff, but knowing what this coin has done and what it's doing now, you can kind of get a better understanding of when to buy and sell. I mean, it pretty much tells the story, ladies and gentlemen, when you're looking at a coin. So this is why I found it very useful, and this is why I like it. Let me go ahead and open this up. That way we can kind of see some more of what I'm talking about here. As you can see, just because the CCI went down, see how it went down here and is being oversold, okay? It's being oversold. It doesn't mean that it's still not in a bullish moment. And that's what's crazy. Where before, I didn't use the Ichimoku cloud and I would have sold here. I would have sold here. I mean, bought here. Excuse me, I would have bought here and then sold here, right? I would have sold here. The reality of it, it went up and went down. I would have bought here. Great time to get in. And then what? Ride the wave. And now it's above here and it's continued to rise. So you would still be in profit. You're making some money here, ladies and gentlemen. So looking at the actual coin now, looking at Digibyte and where it's going, you can see that the conversion line, the blue line, it was going up. Now it's stagnant. It went left to right. The baseline's going left to right, but it's still above the cloud, and it's riding the cloud, okay? So my guess, by the look of the 26-day forward, okay, this is what it looks like forward, it's going to get a lot more people to purchase. By the looks of this, it's a possibility that when the cloud gets thicker, more volume, okay? As you can see, the thin volume here, that's why you see this thin line. You see this thick piece of volume here? There's a lot of volume here, here, and then eventually it's thin, and then eventually it'll get thicker. There's going to be a lot more support. Now, there's no guarantee, but if you read the chart, it looks good. And when the blue line, if the blue line crosses over the red line, then that's when you want to get in, ladies and gentlemen. That when the conversion line crosses over the baseline, it's a good time to buy, good time to get in. Why? Because it's done it here. It's done it here, okay? And when it did it, look what happened. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. And it went down here. This is sell. It crossed down. But it looks like it's on its way up again. It could possibly break this. I wouldn't tell you to get in now because there's the possibility it could go below that. It can get into the cloud. When it gets into the cloud, this is the time you don't want to buy. Okay, this is the time you want to wait. You want to wait. So what I'm going to do is look at another coin. Okay, I'm going to look at another coin. I know what you're looking at is the coin that I'm trading, but let's look at another coin so you can see it with your own eyes. Let me see if anybody's actually in the live first. We have 3 people, no questions. Great. That means I can continue. All right, so let's go back here. Let's just look at another coin. We'll go to ADA. ADA, which is Cardano. And we're going to pull Cardano up just like this. And there's not a lot of volume, by the way, as you can see here. I mean, not that great. And as you can see, just by looking at the chart, what is this telling you? Bearish moment. There's no good things in sight right now for ADA. This is a coin I would not want to get in, number one. Number two, the green line is below the red line, as you can see it is. This is leading span B, leading span A, and then you got your baseline and your conversion line, and then your 26-day previous period. And as you can see here, I wouldn't even pay attention to the goal line. Never really, I mean, you don't have to pay attention to it. This is just the past. What I would pay attention to is a conversion line and a baseline along here. So as you can see, it almost broke out here. It almost broke out of the cloud, but still in the red. Why? Because it's number one, the conversion line is above the red line. Still a good indication. There's a little bit of a positive gain here, but you're not going to earn much. Would you get in here? Hell no, because it doesn't look like it's going to do anything. And I'm glad I didn't. Why? Because look what happened. It broke below the cloud, and it's still going. Then you look at the future, and it doesn't look any brighter. Okay? So keep that in mind. the conversion, number one, the conversion line and the baseline are below the cloud. Here's the cloud right here, the red and the green and the red. Just because it shows a green here doesn't mean you should jump in. Why? Because it's still bearish moment. It's below the cloud. You don't want to trade this coin unless you're trading for shorting it. If you're trying to short it, then that's the difference. If you're trying to short the coin, you can make a lot of money. You could have made a lot of money way back then, okay? But if you're just a trender or someone that likes to buy just trends, because you can't short a coin on Bittrex. You can only buy uptrends, I believe, in exchange, which is I haven't learned how to short anyway on this. I know you can do it on Bitfinex and these other ones, but on Bittrex you cannot. I believe you cannot short. Okay, but what you can do is take your coins and turn them into TUSD or Tether, and that will stop your money from shrinking from your Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is down, then you know what's going to happen. Take a look at Bitcoin as we speak. And now I use the same method, the same Ichimoku strategy, the 9, the 26, 52, and 26, as you can see here. And right now it is riding. See, this is a dip, and it's green here, showing some support. But guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen? It's still in the cloud. There's no guarantee that the coin's going to do even better. And as you can see, it's down to like 6,080. This is a trader. I'm using TradingView. And if you scroll over, the future doesn't look even brighter. It looks like it's still going to be in the red. And this is 6:29. That's tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. This is what 8 o'clock a.m. looks like. It's still going to be the negative possibility. That's what it looks like. Unless, and as you can see, the baseline is right here. This is the baseline. And the conversion line, which is the blue line. Now, right here, right now, this is live. What's happening? The blue line is crossing over the baseline, and it's in the green cloud. Now, if this blue line was above the cloud, and the red line was below here somewhere, and both lines were crossed over, and the blue line, the conversion line, was above the red line, the baseline, that's a good indication that it's a bear moment, a bear outcome is about to happen. But it's not. We're still in bearish momentum. It's going left to right. We're in the cloud. Nothing's going above it. See what happened here? It was a positive because the conversion line, the blue line, crossed over the red line. And as you can see, there was a lot of potential. And it hit at a high point, 61.75. And that was yesterday at around, that looks like 22:30. What is that? 9:30, 9 till 12, something like that, at p.m. That's what that time says, give or take. It was pretty high, and then it started dropping down. You can see the conversion line was heading downwards, crossed over the baseline, and then we fell into bearish moment again, and it didn't look good. But knowing that, the MACD saying to sell, sell, sell. I'm looking at RSI strategy here, and as you can see, it doesn't look great. We can do the regular RSI. This is just a different RSI that I was using. But let me get out of that one. It's probably simpler to use a more simpler RSI. Or you can use the commodity channel index, either one of those. This is RSI strategy. That's the one I was using. Here we go. And this is the regular strength index here. And this is the regular RSI. And as you can see here, it is right almost in the middle. 50 is the middle, and you start to go above here. And you'll see the 60, 70, etc. Right now it's turning green. The reason why it's turning green, as you can see, the blue conversion line is crossing over the red line, the baseline. But it's still not tradable at this point because you don't know. It can go up or down right now. It's hard to tell, hard to make money, especially if you're trying to trade within, an hour or two, okay, or give or take. You get the idea. Now, if you look at ADA's not doing so well. I would not even buy this coin right now. Yes, the conversion line went over the baseline, but it's still under the cloud. And as you can see here, the momentum index showing down. Not a good time to buy. Let's look at Ethereum. I'm looking at Ethereum. Ethereum is a really good one. Ethereum is looking good. Oh, yeah. I would definitely get into Ethereum right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethereum is looking real nice. Yes, the momentum's down, but as you can see, the candles are above, number one, the baseline and conversion line, right? They're above it. Right now, it's currently above the conversion line is really going showing a big swoop up. It's a lot of thickness here too, so it's a little bit of volume here, not too bad. The baseline's right here. It's bouncing off of the cloud, so it means it's a bearish moment right now. It's a bearish moment. It looks like it's going to be a bearish moment until 7/2, which is July 2nd. So it's a possibility. See, it looks like it's going to go down a little bit here, but it's going to go gain some momentum tomorrow around 3 in the morning. Around 3 in the morning tomorrow, it looks like it's going to probably rise above where it is now. It's a potential, only because the conversion line is really showing a big swoop forward and upwards. It's a lot of volume. Somebody either purchased a lot or they're showing a lot of support for this coin. So it looks pretty good for Ethereum right now. I would probably buy this coin. I mean, yes, the commodity channel index showing it's almost being overbought, but it's above the cloud. It is trending upwards right now, and it's not a bad time. You can make some money here, ladies and gentlemen. You could wait until it gets back into the cloud and bounces off this support line here, the very last support line. If it does bounce off this last support line, this is a good time to get in, or it could be a bad time because then it could sink even deeper and you could lose your money. And then you would have to wait for it to do its thing. But when there's a lot of coins like this, as you can see, it's a huge downtrend happening with this coin right here. But as you can see, it's starting to even out. And you can see the Ichimoku cloud is telling you this. It's telling you, look, you can buy it here, but I wouldn't. And it crossed over here. Yeah, you could have bought it here and made some money, but then it started downtrending. Here you should have sold or break even. That way you don't lose anything. And then wait for it to cross over. It went down. You would have already sold over here. You would not have to worry. You'll watch it cross over. It's going down. You wouldn't be able to get in. I mean, this is the 24th. Then you got 25th, 26th, 27. And look what's happening. You see what's happening right now? It's starting to even out. And now it's going, it was going down. Now it's going left to right. Now it's starting to go up. See, left, and now it's going left to right. And now it's going up. This is a span of, ladies and gentlemen, a span of almost a day and a half here. Okay, this is right here. This is 6/26. That's 2 days ago at 3 o'clock. 2 days ago at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is what it looked like. That's when it started going from left to right. 2 days ago, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Here where we at now. It looks like it's going to be a positive outcome for this coin in the next couple of days. And I would definitely keep an eye on it. From the way this looks, it's a potential that this could be an uptrend and this can continue to rise, okay? The next couple of days up till July 3rd. July 2nd, I would say July 2nd. July 2nd around 2 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye. I'm saying it right now, live here on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this ETH. Pull out the Ichimoku cloud. Take a look at it. See where it's going. See if it's riding the wave. If you want to take a look at another coin, let's look at Litecoin. Let's look at Litecoin, another major coin. Listen, here we go. It's above the cloud, looking good. The conversion line is above the baseline, looking good. Good money. Somebody made money here because once they'd seen this crossover, and then it crossed. Once you've seen the candlesticks crossover, a good time to buy, to be honest with you, is when the blue line crosses over the cloud. This is a good indication. I would not get in here just because it's going up. I would wait for the blue line to cross over the cloud. Once the blue line crosses over the cloud, the candlesticks are above the blue line, I would have bought here. Okay, this is why I would have bought. Because as you can see, then it rolled, and then it started to cross over. Once the blue line started to cross over the red line, you could have sold right here. Okay, good indication to sell. Now, you could wait, but you would make money. You would make money here if this happens. Sell as soon as the blue line touches the red, you could have sold here. A lot of the times what will happen, and it's still above the green. It's still above the cloud, so it's still a bullish moment. And that's where we're at now. And as you can see, let's look at the future. And as you can see, there's a lot of volume. That's why it got so thick. Yeah, it did cross over. You could have sold here. You would have made some money, which is great. And if you would have stuck it out, guess what? You would still be at a profit right now. You'd be at a profit. and you would be about right here. So yeah, you wouldn't make as much money. You would have lost. You would have made as money if you would have sold here. But look, it looks like it's still in between. It's still on to make a decision of where it wants to go. But if you look at the future, it doesn't look good, because this red, see this red cloud here? This is a future 26 days right here. Indication that this is not going to look good. That means that it could potential to break the last support line. Right now it's going below the conversion line. It's going to below the baseline, which is the red, and it's going to be going below the leading span B, because leading span A is here, leading span B is here. Once it can bounce off this and go back up. You know, if you're riding this long term, it's a possibility. It's only time will tell. So that's what I would tell you on this coin. I would definitely not buy just yet, but if you would bought when this happens. So if you're looking at a coin and you see that the TK is about to happen, the Tekken crossover, TK crossover right here, then it's a possibility to then buy. Let's look at another coin. Let's look at XRP. This is the one I was looking at the other day. Here we go. Blue line crossed over the red. It's sell time. Glad you sold. Look what happened. Okay. Now what happened? Now look at it. Look at it now. The blue line crossed over the red line. What would you do at this particular moment? Would you buy? I would tell you no, not to buy. Why? Because it's still below the cloud. Okay? You got to wait till blue and red go above the cloud and the candlesticks are above the cloud. That's when you buy. When the blue and the candlesticks are going up above the cloud and the blue and red are above the cloud and the blue line is above the red line, above the cloud. That's when you buy, because that's when it starts to trend. And you ride the wave until you start to see the blue line go back into red. And then you have to factor in, do you want to sell there? Yes, if you want to make quick money, as a 15-minute chart. I would use a 15-minute chart. I'm using a 30-minute, but I would change it to 15 minutes. And 15 minutes will give you a better indication of where you're at. I know it looks totally different than a 30, but I mean, if you're doing a day trading aspect of it, not a good time to buy until like Ripple. Ripple doesn't look good right now. It's still on a bearish moment. I would not buy here at all. Let's look at BCH. This is Bitcoin Cash, by the way. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. There we go. This is a 15-minute chart of Bitcoin Cash. As you can see here, bearish moment. Not looking good at all. I would not get into this at all. Not a coin I would buy. Even though the percentages look like they're real down, I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to go up. Okay, let's look at this coin. This is Monaco. Monaco, as you can see, the conversion line went below the baseline, and then it's dipped, and then the candles dipped into the cloud. Oh, but definitely a sell moment right here. This is definitely a sell moment. I would have sold right here. It looks like from all the charts that I've been seeing that we just went over, when this happened, they all went down except one coin. Don't forget to look at the volume, okay? How much coins are being traded, you know, etc. So keep in mind on that as well. And as you can see here, CCI is showing it oversold. The momentum indicator is showing it's going to go up a little bit, but it's still below the cloud. I would not buy that coin right now. Let's look at Saya coin. Saya coin is another coin. See, this is a coin that's a possibility. Okay, this is a possibility that you can get into this coin. Okay, I'd be very careful right now because it's, well, here's the thing. You have a few choices. Number one, the conversion line, which is the blue line, is below the red line. That means that it's being sold. But there's a little bit of support here. Okay, it hasn't touched the cloud. It bounced off and went up. And there's a potential for the blue line to go up, but the red line's going up, not the blue line. So that's where you have to be watch out. You have to watch out for. But here's another indication. Look at the future. Okay? Look at the future. This is a good thing. It's a good sign. Momentum indicator showing going up. CCI showing it dead even. It's a possibility you can make some money here. Okay? It's not in the cloud. This is the first line of support, second line of support, and the third line of support here. And it bounced off, went up, across the second line. There's only one more support line. If it breaks this, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The blue line is going to cross over the red. It's time to buy. Okay, so and the future looks great. And that's what it looks like to me. There's a potential for this coin. And look at the volume over here, ladies and gentlemen. That'll also tell you. Look at the volume here. Look at the volume here. Big wall right here, ladies and gentlemen. Big wall. Let's look at Ethereum Classic. Only reason why I'm going Ethereum Classic is because a lot of people are buying this coin because of all the hype lately. Okay? Remember all the hype that happened? Look at all this hype. Hype purchasing right here. Bang, bang, bang. It went up. People bought. Guess what happened? Look at the Ichimoku cloud. What does it tell you? The blue line crossed over the red. Sell, sell, sell. This is why you should have sold right here. If you would have sold here, you did a smart thing and you would have waited. You would have waited. You would have waited. You would have waited. And then you've seen the blue line cross over the red. And the graph is above this. Buy time right here. Buy, buy, buy. And then ride the wave. Ride the wave. It almost touched. This is almost sell time. But it didn't cross over. So you didn't sell, and now it's growing, growing, going, bam, here we go. This is sell time. Why? Because the red crossed over the blue. And so you would have made money there, you would have made money here, then you would have waited, because this is now the point of where we at. You can see the conversion line is above the red line, below the red line is this sell time, bear moment, bear moment. Now, both the conversion and the red line, which is the baseline, crossed over the cloud. You can see that right here. It just happened. This happened 12. Is that midnight? No, that's afternoon, I think. I think that's 12 in the afternoon. That was yesterday. That's what happened. See, when the blue line crossed over the red and it went above the cloud, you would have bought here. If you would have bought here, good, keep buying. Now, here's where you would have sold. Okay? Why? Because the blue line's crossing over the red. Good time to sell, and you would have been in profit. It's little things like that that make you a little bit of money here and there. Now, this is about a 2%, maybe 3%, 1.5%, 3% gain, depending on how much money you're putting in. If you see it, little things like that, if you're keeping a good eye on it, it tells you where you could be making some good money or not, all right? You would have sold here. Great. Now you're waiting for it to go. Blue line crossed over the red, and here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the blue line is about to cross over the red again, so not a good time to buy. You have to be patient sometimes as well and wait to see how it pans out. Let's go back to my coin. Let's go back to the coin I was originally trading before I started making this video. And this is the coin I'm actually trading live right now. Take a look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Here we go. This looks good. I'm still sticking with it. As you can see here, I know the blue line crossed over the red. That usually means a sell. But look at the whole trading period. Look at this whole trading period, ladies and gentlemen. It's been bearish for a while, okay? And that's the reason why I don't want to sell. That's the reason I don't want to sell. Plus, I'm not in profit yet, you know, because I kind of bought a little late into this. Again, I bought it at 411, I believe it was. Let's see here. 411 Satoshi. Yes, I did. At 410. Actually, I bought it at 410. It's only at 400. So I'm still down. And I don't like what's happening here. I don't like that the baseline is crossing over the conversion line. But I'm still going to be diligent and stick out. I mean, I could just take my loss here and call it. But it's still above the cloud. And that's why I'm sticking to it. Because there's a possibility that this coin could, see, it closed on the up and up. There's no wick. You don't see a wick here. You don't see a wick here. Now, this showing a wick down, but it's not a lot of strength in this candle, even though it was pointing down. Even though this was a good candle, but it was pointing down, so it shows that it was going to go down or close the next day, either down or close to it, and which is exactly what happened. And it got thicker here, which is why you see the baseline crossing over the conversion line, which is not good. But then the next 30 minutes, you see the green candle. From the looks of this, it's a possibility you're going to see another red candle after this green candle. It's a possibility. Why? Because the baseline crossed over the conversion line, and even though it's in a bearish, listen, this is all bearish. I mean bullish area. This is all bullish area right here. You don't have to sell. Not yet. Because if it's riding the wave in the bullish area, don't worry. You're not going to lose a lot of money here. Okay? Keep that in mind. So this is a good thing. You can stick it out. and it can continue to earn and make some money here. Because look, it's way above the cloud. Even though cloud is thin, right here, it's a little thin, starting to widen up. This is a good sign. It widened up here, even though it's still, the conversion line is crossing over the baseline, it's still a good sign. It's a lot of thick cloud. And then look at the next few days. The next few days looks good. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to stick with my trade and see what happens tomorrow. I'll probably make a live video tomorrow just to follow up on what we just talked about today. If you don't know what the Ichimoku cloud is, I advise you to take a look at it. It's pretty much self-explanatory, but you got to get in and learn it. All right, so I wanted to bring this up bigger. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go. This is Cointelegraph. They talk about the Ichimoku cloud. You can look up on that concept. But here we go. This is the Ichimoku cloud graph in detail. Okay. First of all, the Kijun Sen. I don't like to say these names, especially the Japanese names, because it confused the hell out of you. When I tried to learn this and somebody was just saying the Japanese name, it threw me off. And because they kept saying the Japanese name of it, and then they were saying the English name, but it was throwing me off. And I'm like, wait a minute, why don't you just say the baseline, the English version of it, if you speak English, you know? So anyways, to make moral of the story, baseline is the red line. Okay, that's a 26-day. So here's the definition of the baseline. The baseline is the red line. It's the 26-day high and low. All right, 26-day. So 26-day high and low divided by 2. Okay, that is what the Kijun Sen, which is the baseline, the red line. The Tenkan Sen, which is the blue line, the conversion line, it's a 9-day, okay, 9-day high and low divided by 2. So you can use these actual conversion time frames, even though it's 9 days and 26 days, divided by 2. You can take these conversions and use them at a 15-minute, 30-minute, hour-minute charts. I would not use them at the minute charts because it's going to look crazy. Do not go any lower, like the 1 minute, the 5 minute. It won't look good. I would keep it at 15 minutes or more. 15 minutes if you're more of a fast trader rather than someone that likes to hold long term. If you want to make some money within a few hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, then I would use the 15 minutes rather than the 30 minutes. The hour if you're a daily trader. If you're a monthly trader, daily, chart, etc. Weekly trader, use the weekly chart. A monthly trader, use the weekly chart, etc. You get the ideas. But the baseline is the red line. That's a 26-day high and low divided by 2. The blue line is the conversion line, which is the 9-day high and low divided by 2. You're probably, what is the high and low? It's right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here. This is the 24K high right here, and this is the 24K low. 24K. 24-hour high, 24-hour low. Okay, so there's a high-low divided by 2. Okay, there you go. That gives you that number. Okay, and then you got the Tenkan Sen conversion line. That's a 9-day. So whatever the 9-day time frame span is, it's the high and low divided by 2. And then the lagging span is the green line. I would not worry about the lagging span. It's not really green. It's a brown line. I don't know why they have it green here. But the lagging span on Bittrex is this gold one. It looks green, but greenish, but it's gold. It's this gold one here. Don't pay attention to that. It really doesn't help me determining what I want to do in the future. As you can see, it's lagging behind. There's a reason why it's lagging behind. It is the past. It is not the future. But it does show you what the actual trade has been doing 26 days ago. And where it's at now. You can see this, it's an uptrend. It's showing you that here. But so do the candles. The candles show you that. So that way you get a better understanding of what this is right here. Anyway, so let's move forward. And then you have what you call the leading span A. That's the top. That's the Kijun and Tenkan, which is the red line and the blue line, okay, divided by 2 plus 26 days. So the cloud that you see, this is the cloud. This is what we're talking about. This cloud right here, okay? This cloud right here. That's the leading span A. See that green line that's right above? Oop, wrong one. See this green line right here? This green line right here, okay? That's the leading span A. Okay. The red line below it, which is right here, this red line below it, that's leading span B. Okay. Leading span B. What are the definitions? Well, the Kinjun and Tenken, which is Kinjun is the red line, Tenken is the blue line. Okay. Now you add them together, you divide them by 2, and you add 26 days to it. Okay. That's where you get the cloud, ladies and gentlemen. This one right here. Even though this is leading span A, leading span B, but add the 26 days and you get from here forward, which is right all the way up to here. That's what you get, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so just so you can get a little bit of a definition, it may take you a little bit more time to learn this stuff, but it pretty much tells you what a trade is doing and where to go with your money. I mean, the reality of it is true. I can see by looking at this chart, it's uptrending, number one. I used to read the Bollinger Bands for uptrending. I don't use the Bollinger Bands anymore since I learned the Ichimoku tool, Ichimoku Cloud. It's a lot easier because it tells you a lot of things. It tells you the uptrending. It tells you if a coin's about to be sold or about to go in a bearish market. It tells you if it's in a bullish market. It tells you what the past has done. It tells you what the future is going to possibly be like. It tells you the volume. It tells you if it's being oversold. It tells you if it's being undersold. So you got all those tools wrapped into one. Okay? That's what you're looking at right here. So that's why it's amazing. Hopefully you guys can understand what this Ichimoku Cloud means, what it can do for you in trading. I would encourage you guys, if you're using Bittrex, keep an eye on this tool. It's really a really good tool. I mean, let's look at one more coin before we go forward, okay? Now that you sort of kind of understand what I was talking about and you learned a little bit, you could tell that this is what? This is a bull moment right here. It's still a bull moment. Bull moment. Now the blue crossed over the red. You could have sold here and went a little lower, but then the blue crossed over the red again. Which doesn't mean that you lost. It means that you sold and you made your money. Now you get back in. Get back in here. You know what I mean? Because the blue went back over the red. Even though it's still a bull market, if the blue crosses over the red, get back in. Buy again. Ride the wave. You would have bought here. You would have rode the wave. Made more money. Now you see it crossing over. Guess what you would have done here? That's right. You would have sold. Why? Because you're going to wait for the conversion line, which is the blue line, to cross over the red. And right now it's not looking good because the first line of support has been breached. The second line of support has been breached. The third line of support has been breached. Okay, so there's only one more support line that needs to be breached before it goes into a bear market. And that's what you have to watch out for. So the leading span A has been breached. Leading span B has still not been breached. It's the last defense. Even though you sold, you're waiting to get back in. Don't get back in yet. Why? Because it's in a weak signal. You don't know which way it's going to go. Okay? Right now it's in the middle. You can go down, it can go up. You don't know. So this is not a good time to get in. I would wait. Once the conversion line, the blue line crosses over the red, it goes above the cloud, get in. And wait for the blue line to touch the red line again, sell. And wait again and keep going the ride. So hopefully you guys learned from this video. I appreciate you guys who were here. If you have any questions, usually you do. Let's see here. When you're going to do a HitBitTC example showing and explaining the performance of Carico coin, would love to learn more about that one. Keep up the great. I like the coin you're talking about is a great coin. That's a long term. Listen, that coin, Carrot Bank coin, just got on HitBitTC recently. Just got on HitBitTC. I wish it was on Bittrex because I like Bittrex. But I mean, let's go to HitBitTC. Let's go there now. I don't know if they're going to allow us, let me see, to use their tools. Let's see if they're there. I don't know what kind of tools they got. Let's go to markets. Or if they even have any tools. Man, I'll be honest, I'm not looking to get on this exchange. Let's go to exchange. All right, I don't want to sign in. I gotta see. It wants me to sign up. I don't want to sign up. I wanted to kind of show you price widget OTC. This is over the counter trading. That's totally different. Margin trading. Margin trading is hard. I mean, it's shorting the coin and things like that. It's money you don't have, you're trading. That's margin trading, etc. It's not a bad thing. You can make a ton of money doing that. But let's see. I don't see. Here we go. It's not allowing me to even look at the exchange, which is stupid if you ask me. I think it's ridiculous. If I go to markets, usually when you go to markets, they give you an example here. Let me see if I can search. I got to go to BTC because, and then we have to go to, let me see, market spread, market depth, market activity. And this ain't going to help me, my friend. Yeah, I would love to give you that. Listen, I would love to go over it. Here's the only problem. It won't have it here. Let's see. I don't know if it has it on trading view. But if we go to trading view, let's see if KBC is here. Oh yeah, they do have KBC, but I don't know what this stock is. I don't know if that's the right KBC, to be honest with you. That says stock. I don't know what the stock is for KBC. That's not Carago coin. I can tell you that right now. This is not the coin. This is a stock. I'm going to get rid of that. Let me see if I can type it. No carrot. KBC. Index. Nothing. See, this is all. It's just stock. Nothing to do with crypto. This is the futures, but this is KB6. I don't know what the heck that is. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything here. See, they don't even have it on TradeView. Listen, it's because KBC just got to hit BTC. It's not even on CoinMarketCap. You can't find KBC on CoinMarketCap either. I mean, in reality, it just got on the actual exchange. That's why you don't see it. So I would be patient with KBC if I were you. Just be patient. But Monero, as you can see, Monero, not a good time to buy. I will not buy yet. If we went over that, now you know it's not a good time to buy. Let's go to Amisgo. Amisgo. Wow, Amisgo is in a bearish moment, as you can see here. Not a good time. It's below the cloud. Doesn't look good. It's saying it's being oversold, but it's still above the cloud. It's not above the cloud. It's below it. Not a good time to buy. Plus, the conversion line is below the baseline. I would not buy here. Skip that one, that's for sure. Let's go to Waves. Waves is just gaining 0.1%. Let's see where it's at. Hell no. I would not get into this coin either. The future doesn't look good. The baseline did cross over the conversion line did cross over the baseline, but it's still below the cloud. I would not buy this coin, even though it's showing 0.1%, because you don't know where it's going. It's still a bear moment right now. Bear moment, humongously bear moment. I'm trying to give you guys something, but geez, there ain't nothing out there right now except one coin. This is red coin. Not a lot of volume here. This coin is not a lot of volume. This is a 30-minute chop, and the 30-minute chops looks horrible. Man, this looks terrible. Yeah, I would not even look at that coin. Not at all. Not at all. Let's look at pay. This one's wow. Okay, here we go. This is a good sign. Right here, this is called pay. The reason why, remember when I told you when the candlesticks go way too high, there's always going to be a retracement. And it's going to convert, it's going to go back to consolidation mode and go left to right. Why? Because it's too high. It's showing you that it's being overbought. Okay, it's being overbought. right here. Okay, so that's why when this candlestick wick, this is where it's at, the very top. When the baseline is here. Remember, this is the baseline. This is pretty much the baseline. Buy time. When conversion time goes over the baseline, it's buy time. It's buy time, but you can see it kind of consolidated. It's still in the bear moment because it's above the cloud. It's not a thick cloud, not a lot of volume, but it's still looking good. I would probably, the future, you can see here by July 2nd, 3:30 in the afternoon, it looks like it's going to stay in the green. This is a potential buy. You can buy here. You can wait for it to go lower. And if it touches the lead plan A, if it touches that, bounce back up, you can make money, or you can just wait. Because right now it's showing that I would wait for the next candlestick to see what it's doing. But it looks good so far. The momentum indicator is showing it going down, so you can wait. The commodity channel index also showing it going down. Wait for it to be oversold, like it was oversold around, that was yesterday. So yesterday it was being oversold in the afternoon. And then it was being overbought. Excuse me, it was being oversold in the morning, being overbought in the afternoon. And then today's date goes here. This is today's date. And it was actually dead center. Now it's being oversold, overbought here, and now it's going to go down, going down, and eventually it's going to be, how do I say it? Shoot, I'm confused. Sorry about that. But if you look at the stats here, it's looking good, and now the next square just appeared. The next candlestick, as you can see there, it's in the red. It is going down, but as you can, everything's going down. I would wait to see a little spike. I mean, you don't have to just use the Ichimoku cloud. Ichimoku cloud is only telling you that it's still in a bull moment. This coin, it's showing that there's still potential for bull moments in the future. It's showing now. I will use another tool. I'm still going to use the CCI and the momentum indicator. The one I really like out of these two is the momentum indicator, because it's going to tell you where this coin's potential is going, where the coin is actually heading. Now, people buying or selling, they're selling. The commodity channel index shows you if they're being oversold and overbought. Okay, so that's another good. So these three tools are going to be my main tools from now on. Even though this is telling me all of that, this is telling me it's overbought right here, oversold, and then this now going down. Eventually, it's going down. Momentum's going down. How far down? I don't know. But if you see this color shade down here somewhere, it's being oversold. That may not even break. It might not even break the leading span A. If it don't break the leading span A and it's being oversold, that's the time to get in, because it's going to bounce up. It'll bounce back up because the future looks bright. And this is BTC Pay, or it's this 10x Pay token, whatever that is. Not a lot of volume. There's only about 20 BTCs right now, and 51 BTCs being sold, 20 BTCs being bought. Right now, it's not a big tug of war, not a lot of volume. That's why the cloud is thin. But if you want to make some money, there's a potential to make some money here. That's for sure. Let's go back to Digibyte. This is where I started the video, and I'm going to end the video here. As you can see, here we go. It's still looking good. I'm sticking to my guns, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sticking to my guns. Commodity channel index showing it going up. The momentum indicator is showing it going up. Even though the baseline is over the conversion line, I told you I'm still sticking to my guns. It looks good. I'm not selling till tomorrow, possibly, or even July 2nd. On July 2nd, I'll come back. I'll look at it from day to day and see what happens. I think it looked good, and hopefully we can then determine if this actual tool is very profitable for us traders, especially day traders like us that trade every day, and the potential to make, hopefully, half a Bitcoin, a quarter of Bitcoin a day, even a quarter of a Bitcoin. Whatever it is that you're doing is hopefully making money for you, and this is the goal. That's why I'm not charging for this. I'm not asking for anything for this. All I ask for a like and a subscribe and the notifications, and that's it. So when I go live, you guys can see this stuff, and it's pretty much a lot of good stuff. I do sell stuff on my other videos, but I'm not selling anything when I do these videos here. But I appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If everything looks good here, I'm going to keep an eye on this till tomorrow. I'm not going to sell. We'll see what happens, and then we'll go from there. So have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care now. Bye-bye.